Hey everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and I am back from my trip to New York and excited to craft with you guys. So today I have a one-page wonder, and what this is going to end up being is a little gift set. So I thought, we're in December, and if you're still needing a few gifts, this might be an option. You do not have to use Christmas paper, guys. Please use whatever paper you want for any season of the year, but I'm just still crafting with some of my Christmas papers. So the kit I'm using today is another of the Echo Park. I'm just obsessed with their kits. 12 by 12 paper pack. And this one is just called Christmas Time. This is the sticker sheet. Isn't it pretty? But there are so many pretty papers in here. The one that I chose has reindeer on one side and then this really pretty green and red and white plaid on the other. So anyway, you need one piece. That's going to pretty much make you a big envelope, the cover for a mini journal with some pockets, a tag or a bookmark, or something that has chew from, and then a little closure for the journal. Depending on what you want to do with the little journal, you may want some extra pages, to put in there. You might want to make it a little flippy flap. I'll kind of talk about some different options. And then you'll need some things to decorate with. So it is a one-page wonder, but you will need a few things. This was inspired by a video by Cathy over at Cathy Gardens. She's just delightful. And she made hers in this real shabby chic style, which I love. And there was lots of lace and flowers and pearls, and it was just really pretty. And I thought, well, this will be good at Christmas time. And I'm going to do it a little more in my style and hopefully give you guys some different ideas. So let's get started. If you haven't checked out Cathy, though, I'll link her channel, down in the description. All right. One piece of 12 by 12 paper, and I do have notes, and I will put all of the measurements, descriptions, and scoring in the description for you guys to make it a little easier. I try not to misspeak when I'm on camera, but sometimes when you're in the middle of it, it happens. So the first thing you want to do is cut your 12 by 12 paper at 6.5 inches. And we're going to see how mine does with the orientation of the deer this way. Obviously on the plaid side, it doesn't really matter. I'm hoping I made some good choices. Cathy's paper on hers didn't have a direction, so I'm just going to go for it. I have not made a prototype. I've been out of town and I was just wanting to get to crafting. So here we are. Hopefully this goes well. So cut your first cut is at 6.5 inches. So you have a piece that is 12 by 6.5. Then the second cut I made was on the 12-inch side. I cut the paper at 6.5 inches. So now I have a piece that measures 6.5 by 5.5. Okay. With the piece that was left, measured 5.5 by 5.5, and I cut it at 2.5 inches. And then I cut the last section that I had in half. The piece that was left was 3 by 5.5 inches, and I cut it in half at 1.5 inches. Okay, that will be in the description for you. These are going to be pockets, I think the closure. This will be the little tag, journal cover, and the big envelope. Oh, the other thing you'll need for the big envelope, and I really like this idea, is there's some gussets to make it open up a little bit more than just gluing the envelope closed, and this gives you a little more real estate inside. So these are just two pieces that I thought coordinated of paper that I had, and it's just digital. I think it's from one of my kits. It doesn't matter, it's green. And it was printed on 65-pound cardstock. These measure 4.5 inches by 2, and you'll need 2 of them. So just use scrap paper. You could use book page if it's not too fragile. You could use a coordinating paper. It doesn't have to be the full thick cardstock, but I think that would probably work. You could find out. Okay, let's do some scoring. For the envelope, we are going to score on the 12-inch side. And I'm going to just double check before I say this. We are going to score 4.5 inches and at 10 inches. 4.5 and 10. Okay. And I'm going to flip it over just to try to, I don't know that it's going to crack, but just gently score on both sides. All right, this is going to be cute. I love this paper. Whoops. Now, I think I want the deer to be the outside of my envelope. Yeah, and that'll be cute. So far, I didn't do too poorly as it relates to the orientation of the paper. All right. We are going to put a notch in the center, and you can just use a circle punch. I'm gonna try, I pulled out this one, and I'm gonna try a little fancy notch, and we'll see how we do. I'm eyeballing the center. You can mark yours. And I'm just going halfway on this tag punch. So now I have what looks like half of a tag. I don't know. It's kind of weird looking. Maybe if I hadn't gone quite so deep, I'm going to leave it. But maybe you want to make yours round and not weird like mine. It'll be okay. This is, you know, you try things. This punch right here, this makes a cute little notch. I don't go halfway. I go to about right here, and it makes a really fun little notch. So I should have probably experimented on a piece of paper first. Okay, I am going to do some inking. If you want to ink, join me. If you don't want to ink, skip this step. I'm using Walnut Stain Distress ink. And you know, I got out, let's use this one. It's got some fuzzies on it, but I gotten out a new one just because this one is starting to fall apart. So while I'm inking, I shared a couple of pictures on my community tab of when I was in New York this last weekend with my sweet Sarah, my daughter, and we had such a nice time. When I got there Friday night, she had to work, of course, all day, but she had made the reservations at this cute little Italian restaurant that isn't too far from her apartment. We rode the subway and had a nice dinner, and we were celebrating my birthday, which was in November, but we didn't get to be together. I think I'm gonna round the corners on this as well. Let me get my corner rounder. So, yeah, that looks cute. So we had a nice dinner, and this is the first time, you know, that she's had a, you know, a real job and is living on her own, and she treated me to a birthday dinner, which was really, really sweet. And then Saturday, we went Christmas shopping. We did a lot of walking. And then we had a yummy piece of pizza, and then we went to this Italian bakery that we love and got a few things for me to bring home for my husband. But we had a little treat and a cup of coffee. What else did we do? And then the big surprise she and my husband had planned for me was we went to see the Christmas show, the Rockettes, at Radio City Hall that night. Take your gussets and fold them in half. And so that was super exciting. Actually, I want mine folded this way, I think. Yeah, that's the way I want mine folded. And I don't have color on both sides, so I'm just gonna do it this way because we're gonna glue them in like this. And if you happen to peek inside, you won't see the white, you'll see the green, because the white side is the side that's going to get glued. Now, I am going to trim these. Then I'll tell you. Then I'll tell you about the Rockettes and the fun we had. And oh, and we went to see the big tree in Rockefeller Center that night too, which was fun. Which is basically the whole story, but we had a good time. All right, the gussets. When you're doing this, there's lots of different ways you could have more than just one fold. You know, we could have done a triple fold, then it would expand open, and I've done some expandable envelopes and things before, but we're just going to do the one. This is what Cathy did in the original video, and I think it will be fine. So I'm just going to cut it like this to get rid of some of the bulk. And we've scored at 4.5 inches. And so that's why I said these needed to be 4.5 by 2. We're probably going to have to trim it off just a little after we get it glued on. The other thing is, make sure your fold is to the outside. You don't want it to go this way, because then it won't work to open up and give you that expansion that you're wanting in your envelope. This way, when it's glued together, you'll have this extra space. If you do it this way, it won't work. I hope that makes sense. All right, so which way do I want to, where do I want to start? I think I'm going to start, you don't go past this score line. That's why I inked that. We're going to add glue, and I'm just going to use my wet white glue. This is the Line Co. brand PVA glue, and I'm going to add it on one side. Again, fold to the outside and just above that score line. So yes, I don't know if you can see this. We're going to be a little bit taller than our flap. So we'll just trim that off with a pair of scissors here in a minute. Let me get both of these on here first though. Again, fold is going to be to the outside. Just going to cut the corner off so we don't have, I think I cut the wrong direction. I did. Blech. It's okay. This one will just be shorter, and I'll make it. There we go. It'll just be shorter. It'll be okay. Yeah. I think it'll be okay. I'm not going to go cut another piece of paper right now. We're going to put them in. I've just got to decide. I think I'm going to bring it to the top. And hopefully there won't be too much of a gap when you look at the envelope right here. Because it's going to go like this. And we're going to glue those down. There might be a little teeny tiny where it's not closed together. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. This will end up being my prototype, the one I keep for myself. So hopefully you angled yours the right way. Pay attention when you're snipping off the corners that you do them at the right angle, the right direction. So now we're going to add glue to these two pieces and then just close it shut. So easy peasy. If you do want to see some of the supplies that I use, like this glue, and I put it in these little bottles. This is the glue. If you're new to my channel, this is what I use most days. Line Co. PVA glue. Comes different sizes. It is available on Amazon, and I have an Amazon storefront, which shows you a lot of my favorite crafting supplies. And if you do make a purchase, Amazon pays me. We're just going to close this up really carefully. A few pennies. It's no cost to you. So if you have time, go check out my Amazon store. All right. So now we have more room in there, and I really liked this design. I thought it was really fun. And now we can just decorate. And I'm thinking I'm going to pull out some of my Christmas ribbons and trims and make it foo-foo-y. I did go ahead and cut a cut apart one of the sheets in the kit that has all of these pretty journaling cards and that pretty stripe on there. And I thought we may add some in the little mini journal, depending on how I decide to do that. And we may want to use some for some decorations, right? So I also have these, and I have all the stickers, because I definitely wanted to use some of the stickers. This sticker trim right here is this plaid, so that's kind of fun too. I may want to put a piece of that on here. So let me see what I have at arm's length. I still have some of my pom-pom trims. I have, ooh, that's cute, some rickrack. Of course, I have my gingham. I haven't worked all the way through this yet. The green pom-pom is still, both of these two greens. I don't see the white or the red. I think I have already put it in another bin. Doesn't mean I can't run and get it. We have red. I think what's, well, the gingham's cute too. So hard to decide. There's so many choices. Let's think for a second. Let's just think. I like the idea of running, the bright red is making me happy, so running a piece of the red. But I'm wondering if, nah, that red will cover up that plaid too much, and there's no point in wasting that sweet sticker to just not see it, to put it on the project and not see it. I'm gonna cut a piece of this that is hopefully approximately the length of our envelope. And it doesn't have to be, you know, a super, super fancy decoration, but, you know, sometimes it's Christmas and just making it fun and cute and a little extra is a good thing. All right. Maybe we'll put this down. I have not plugged in my hot glue, and I'm thinking that may be a good option since I'm going to try to use some of these trims and it'll go quickly. Cathy, again at Cathy's Gardens, is one of those crafters that is not afraid of her glue gun, and I love that. I use mine more at Christmas time, I really do, than other times of the year. We'll see. Maybe I'll start using it a little more. But it definitely helps some of these heavier trims and things. I don't have to worry about them popping off. I think what we're going to do is we're going to set our envelope aside for a minute while my hot glue heats up and those things. And let's just really quick cut our tag. So the tag is 2.5 inches, the piece that's 2.5 inches wide by 5.5, and you can use a tag punch, you can do whatever. I'm going to use my template here and just angle the corners of mine. So all I do is pick one of the corners I already have trimmed off of my faux credit card, cut one, flip it over, line it up, and then they match perfectly. Most of you have seen me use this, and it's a pretty easy hack, a pretty easy trick. But if you haven't seen that, then you can make one yourself. You can use an old credit card or like an old hotel key. You could just cut a piece of cardstock or chipboard or part of a cereal or a cracker box, right? Just into a rectangle, snip off the corners, and then you have a lovely template to use. And then it matches. All right, let's try I'm looking for my crocodile so I can punch a hole. And I think I want to use one of the big eyelets, one of the big chunky ones. There we go. They're one of my favorites. Let's see if I can find, I think I still have some of the red ones. Let's see. I think I see them. So these are the We Are Memory Keeper brand eyelets, but look, isn't the red cute? I usually, of course, use the different ones that are in those metal colors, but we'll use that one. And then I'm going to get my other crocodile out because it works better to set the eyelets. There we go. Nice. It's set really pretty. All right. And then not sure what all I want to do to decorate this one either. I think a piece of the gingham ribbon in here will be pretty. And we can also look at the stickers or think about, we could even add like a fun little pocket or tuck spot on here as well if we want to. Ah, come on, ribbon. Cute. Maybe a sentiment, maybe one of the stickers. How about the letters for Santa? Because this is also, let me put it about right here. Again, I did this with the deer being the front and the plaid being the back, but I could also add a more neutral, you know, a piece of white paper or something here just to have some writing space. Again, you could do to from, you could write a note to whoever you're giving this to, or just leave it so that they have a fun tag or bookmark as part of the little gift that we've just made. So I think we're gonna need, look at this really old bag. I don't know how old these are. Eventually I will have to buy more, but I've had that for many years because, like I said, I go through stages where I use my hot glue more than others. All right, it's definitely gotten hot, and this glue gun leaks and does all kinds of crazy stupid things, so hopefully I won't make too big of a mess and I won't burn my fingers. All right, I am going to glue the rickrack down, I think kind of centered. So I'm gonna just, again, go for it and hope that I don't make a big mess. And I didn't get it completely straight, the glue itself, but I'll make sure I put something over top of the rickrack so we don't see that little bit of line of glue that I did. I could have tried to put it on little sections at a time, and that probably would have been smart, but I don't think it's going anywhere. Let's add a little dot right there. All right, fun. I probably need to, and maybe I'll ask, my husband keeps saying, is there anything you want for Christmas? And I always have craft supplies on my list, but maybe what I'll do is look at a better quality glue gun that doesn't do this and dribble and make such a mess. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys have a glue gun that you like? One that you recommend that I might want to try? All right. If I do end up getting one and I like it, I will share you guys and let you know what I ended up with. All right, let's do, all right, so the letters for Santa was the sticker I chose. So I'm kind of thinking it might be fun. Why don't we put a Santa on here? And he's super sticky, but because he is going to go over that rickrack, I'm going to add some of this glue just to make sure. Oh, that's sweet. I like it. Thinking something right here, and it might even be like a, you know, we could use this almost like a closure to the envelope. I think Cathy just put like a paper clip on hers, but let me go with this idea. I am going to cut this and leave just a little bit of the red as a border. Let's see how I do. And I'm thinking I'll ink it and then do a Velcro dot, like glue it to the top flap, and then have a Velcro dot as the little closure. We'll see if we like it. If not, I can use this for something else. So it would have been fine leaving it as a rectangle, but I think this just gives it a little more of a look. Yeah, very Merry Christmas to you, and it's Santa's sleigh. And we have Santa holding a little package. It's a very dignified looking Santa too, I would say. All right. The issue is where it's going to make sense to put the Velcro is right on the rickrack, and that doesn't work. And if I bring it down, it almost doesn't look like that's where it's supposed to be. I wonder if it would work with the Velcro there. Or not, I mean, only just glue it there and just have it as a part of the flap of the envelope. Maybe we'll just do that for now and decide. I'm going to add it. I'm going to use this glue, and I'm going to just add it to the flap because I like it about right there. Being careful not to glue my envelope closed. Yeah. All right. I like it. I like it so far. You see that little bit of glue there, but it's okay. It doesn't bother me. We may have to do a fun paper clip with some ribbon or foo-fooey on there. Okay, let's set this aside for now, and we can think about it. The tag I'm also going to set aside for now. Let's see, show you. It does fit in here with that ribbon. It'll have to be smushed a little, but that's okay. And I left it long enough that I don't think it's going to come undone. All right, and now let's make the little journal, flippy flappy, whatever we're gonna make. Cathy made hers like an actual journal and sewed a signature of pages in there and everything. It was fabulous. We might do that. Let me just see what I come up with. Now this one, if I make the deer be the outside cover, they're gonna be sideways. Or I can make the plaid be the outside cover. I think I'm okay with them being sideways for now. And then we may end up layering some papers on here. Now, you could score this at 3 1/4 because this was the 6 1/2 inch side. I just folded mine in half. Okay, so it's going to be a pretty easy journal cover. And we could use one of the cards on here so that you don't really notice, you know, the deer being sideways. Take a little Christmas with you wherever you go. I kind of like that. But I'm not sure we're going to use it yet because I do want to make this fun closure that looked really cute. So we'll just set this aside as a maybe. I'm going to go ahead and ink around this so that I can get a sense of what this is going to look like. So pretty simple journal cover, right? We're going to grab these pieces right here that were left. And again, if I do the pockets, they're gonna be sideways. Maybe I'll make the green be the outside of the cover. And then, even though they're sideways inside, we'll do the little pockets right here and just make them top load pockets. Now, I also thought about, instead of sewing in a signature, doing an interactive flip where we can then maybe tuck some more things. I just can't decide. I cannot decide. What I want you to know is you can do whatever. You can make this like a sweet little writing journal, notebook, someone where they can keep their lists, whatever. Again, just a nice little gift. Or we can make it something, you know, where you could add a gift card or additional gift tags, so somebody has some tags to use on their gifts. I think I'm going to make the pockets like that had been the plan. This is 3 1/4 inches wide. I am going to cut my pockets a little, like 3 1/8, so that they will sit right in here and not be too close to the edge. So let me cut one more. So now I have these 2 pieces here, and we may use one of those as a closure here in a minute. I'm almost thinking for mine, I don't know. I like the idea, since it's a gift set, that we do have a little journal, an actual little journal in here. I'm just having a hard time deciding what I want to do. La-da-da. Okay, let's glue these down. We're going to do the simple glue on 3 sides, top load, basic pocket. Just like that. And we'll do one on this side. Again, don't get too close to that fold line, or it won't fold up nicely and you'll be sad. All right. Ta-da, ta-da. All right, there we go. Now I did bring over somewhere, these are just some papers, some scraps and things that I have that I could make little pages out of. And again, I could have grabbed a book page, coffee dye. These were just some scraps that were laying over by my paper cutter earlier. So let's see, it's a little bit long. Let's fold this back over and let's make it line up, I guess. I'm just gonna, I don't care if they're the exact same widths. There we go. They're very close. It's gonna be a page, like a little page, and it's a little short, but that's okay. They don't have to be, you know, the height of the journal. This one's a little bit closer. And let's make this one, let's fold it 3 times. And then, yeah, it still fits in here, and then it'll open up like that. So this will be where we put it in as part of the signature. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this. And I think I'm going to staple mine instead of sewing it. And we'll just do maybe 3 pages. And again, these aren't even printed on both sides, guys. So very, very simple. Some writing paper. This one I may need to just trim off, because I was thinking that it would be nice to just have some that you could just write on, like a list. Let's go to 3 inches. Now I have those to play with. So again, just use what you have, what you think would look nice. Let's make this be the center. And you can do, you know, I wouldn't go crazy with the number of pages, but cute. Yeah. All right. I'm hoping this is going to work with just my regular stapler. And I think it is. I am going to be careful though, since I'm not sewing. You could throw this on your sewing machine. You could do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, whatever works for you. Let me find a paper clip that's going to cooperate. There we go. So you just get your pages how you want them. And I would like the staple to be on the outside and look nice, and have the rough part of the staple on the inside. So let's see. All right, I'm eyeballing. I think I'm going to do 3 staples. 2. But again, make this the way you want it. You don't have to make yours exactly like mine. It is okay. And I could see myself making some of these. This would be like, what a fun, like, Valentine for someone. I'm already thinking about Valentine's Day. You know, a fun Valentine, a little birthday gift. Do we want to round the corners? Let's round the corners. Oops, that's a crocodile. That is not a corner rounder. Okay, this is a corner rounder. Hopefully I glued this pocket down enough. We'll see. I'll have to re-ink, but there. Make it look a little more finished and sort of match that envelope. And I don't think I rounded the corners of the tag. I made it a little more an angle. Boy, my hot glue gun is really struggling, isn't it? Okay. Cute. All right, so now I'm gonna make that one where it flips open. I'm gonna turn this into a side load pocket real fast. So I'm just gonna glue the top and the bottom of this flap. That's kind of a plain page. We'll do the same thing here. So we have little pockets on those two pages. Then we have another writing page. And then let's decorate it. Oh, I want to show you the closure idea. All right. I was going to do this orientation, and again, I have the deer going sideways, but I think it's okay. All right, this is the little piece that we cut up from the pockets, and I really liked how Cathy did this. So I want to show it to you guys, and then again, you can do what you want with it. I think I will use another one of those big eyelets because I think it will look cute. So let me get another one of those out and we will put it there. Now, if you don't have one, just punch a hole. If you don't have an eyelet, you know, whatever you want to do. As long as you don't pull on it too much, you should be okay. And let's punch. We'll use this one to punch and set. So I am going to, I'm going to put it right in what I think is the center. I could have marked it. There. You could have come closer to one edge. I did not get it centered well, so I think my solution before I set the eyelet is I'm just going to trim this off just a touch so that it looks, yes, a little more like it's actually in the center. I think I will be happier. Mark it, guys. The rectangle was cute, so it was a good size. So mark yours so you don't have that problem. There we go. But this one will work. All right. So let's ink where I trimmed it off. And then all we have to do with this one is we're going to glue it to the back cover. I'm just going to hold it here and add glue. And we'll give it time, you know, to dry before we start pulling on it. And then I'm going to put, I'll use probably some of that gingham ribbon. You could use baker's twine, regular twine, ribbon, you know, whatever you have, and it would look nice. Set this off to the side for now. And then let's see if we want to put, the one I had picked out here is, I think, too dark, not enough contrast. Let's see if we like one of these to go on the front. I'll probably have to trim whatever I choose down. Ooh, the Comfort and Joy is cute. I liked the Be Merry and Bright as well. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Let's see, will these fit? They're a little wide. Maybe if I trim them down, we can put one or two of them in the pockets inside. Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. That's cute. Let's go with, I think I want to go with Comfort and Joy. And instead of doing a fussy cut, I'm going to just make it a little more narrow so that it fits on the front like this, but you still get to see a lot of that pretty green. And we'll move it over to about maybe right there. I am going to round the corners. And then we'll see what we think. Because our pockets will not hold anything very wide, I'm probably going to trim a few of the cards off to tuck inside the pockets as well. All right, that's cute. I think this would be, like I said, a really fun gift item for a friend where you want to give a little something, or again, maybe they're not totally into journaling yet, but you think it's something that they might enjoy. It would be a good way to maybe help them dip their toe into it, to have something a little bit smaller to play with at first. I'm just trimming this one off all the way around just a little bit. And then let's see if they fit in our pockets, and then we'll decorate the front, be close to being done. Get them tucked in the big envelope too. That'll be fun. There. You know what? These little pockets could use something too. Do I have something little? How about Happy Holidays? That's cute, right? And then let's do something on the other pocket. How about just a little gift? There. Very cute. I'm going to leave the papers. I'm not going to add anything to those. All right, let's get this one glued down. I think I'm going to center it. I was going to offset it, but I think I'm going to just center it and then let that closure come over. Hopefully I won't regret that choice after I glue it down. That looks pretty good. With the plaid on here, it helps you kind of line it up. Oh, guys, I'm really happy. Okay, I'm having fun with this. Let's see. I just want to thread this through. And I could just leave it loose where it comes in and out, and we're just going to tie it like this. It could be, goodness, it's getting caught there. It's like, why is it doing that? It was getting caught up on this piece of paper. We could do it and then tie over here. We could bring it around and tie in the front. Another idea, let's see, is we could loop it through here. I don't think I'm going to want to do this because I have it in the center and not, you know, when I pull this through, I don't want to have this all get folded up. So I think I'm going to not do it that way. Let's do it just with the slide. I think I will like it just sliding through. It'll look sweet. I don't know how long I need this. Let me go with this much and see how we did. I'd rather have a little too much than not enough. Okay. And I do need it a little snug so that that flap will lay down. But there's plenty of room for this journal if it gets chunkier, you know, to grow. Oh, come on, ribbon. There we go. Sweet, right? And you could trim it off, but I'm going to leave it long for now, I think. Oh, I think it's precious. Let's see how it looks. I'm going to get rid of these, put them back into their basket. Let's see how this is looking. All right, let's hopefully it fits, right? So the little journal goes down in here, and the little tag can tuck in. And if we want to, we could put some of these cards down in there too, but I'm not going to do that right now. And then this is going to fold over. And then, like I said, in the original video, Cathy had this cute little, you know, decorative little paper clip thing. I'm going to just grab one of my gold paper clips. If I do that, or I could do this. I kind of like it on this side with this. And then how about we just add, oh, my scissors. All right, add a fun little piece of the ribbon. So we're kind of bringing the plaid, the gingham to the front as well. And we could put a little dangle on there too if we wanted to. All right, I want this trimmed off a little. I think it will look a little more, the way I want it to, shorter, there. Oh, I think it's cute. It's a little chunky, but it definitely fits in there. I think part of the chunkiness are those big eyelets and the ribbons that I chose, but that's okay. I let my hot glue sit here and really make a mess. See, I've got to do something. This needs to be upgraded. This is a hot glue gun that was in the dollar section, I think, at Michael's, which is nothing wrong with that, and it's an Elmer's brand, but it's like 20 years old or older. So I think it might be time for a hot glue upgrade. I'm going to unplug it. It's making me nervous. All right. I hope you guys liked this. I hope you will make some one-page wonder gift sets. How cute is that? All right. Have a great one. I hope you're still having fun with the Christmas crafts. Until next time. Thanks, guys.